Nature and Us has been hearing your thoughts on a shared vision for our natural environment. A national conversation about the future of our environment. In early 2022, over 3,000 people shared their views about the future of our natural environment, about what matters most and what concerns us about the environment, and what actions are needed to create a more positive future for nature and for us. What is important to people? Most people agree that we are currently facing both a climate and nature emergency, and that protecting the environment is very important. But there are those of us who disagree or who are still unsure. The main concerns about our natural environment are the threats to animal and plant life, climate change, and pollution of rivers, lakes, and groundwater. And we worry about the reasons for this as well, such as plastic pollution and the growing amounts of waste. What future do people want for our environment? Nature and Us findings show that most of us want to see a future for Wales in which 1. We move to more sustainable farming, forestry, and fishing practices. 2. We shift to renewable and sustainable energy sources. And 3. We look after, protect, and improve our natural spaces. Most of us would like to see a future with greater equality of access to green spaces, increased local food production, improved public transport, more recycling, and less waste. Most of us think life in 2050 will be very different. We imagine a society that looks after our environment, for ourselves, and for future generations. A society in which people take more thoughtful lifestyle choices, consume less, and where it's harder to do things that damage the environment. What changes are people willing to make themselves? Many of us are willing to change our lifestyle to help create a better future for the environment. Supporting wildlife in gardens and communities came out on the top of the list of things that we are willing to change, followed by eating seasonal, local produce and committing to reuse and repair more, rather than throw things away and buy new. We're also willing to use less energy at home, throw less food away, and make changes to our diet and the way we travel. But it's hard to change. You told us that it can be too expensive or take too much time to do the things you would like to do. It can be too difficult, or there is not enough information or support to enable us to change and do what is needed. All this information came from just the first sample of data that we looked at. Over the summer months, we will continue to work with organisations and citizens to explore which ideas and actions we have gathered reflect the views of different communities in Wales, where there is agreement and where further work is needed to find common ground. Nature and Us is about developing a vision that everyone in Wales can be a part of. A vision that identifies the actions we all need to take, the changes we all need to make, and what we all want to protect most for future generations. You can start making the changes you think are important today. You can also visit www.natureandus.wales and sign up for updates to keep informed about our findings and opportunities to get involved. This video presents a summary of some of the early findings in the Nature and Us conversation. The findings presented in this video should not be seen as final results of the Nature and Us conversation, and themes and trends may differ from those in the final report that will be used to develop the vision.